Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of What Ted Says, where it's always time to get a fatter wallet and a bigger net worth, and of course a leaner budget if you've got to cut some corners today. As I mentioned in one of my other videos, I recently went to Europe, and here's what blew me away. It was so relaxing, and do you want to know why it was relaxing? Because in Europe, when you eat at a restaurant, they don't ask you for a tip all the time. In America today, I think a tip is for a job well done, not just because you checked me out at the counter. And I used to think about this, it's like when I travel, it's sort of a matter of principle. I normally would tip people, but it was so nice at the end of the meal and culturally in Europe that you got a check at the end of the meal and it said $88. And it's not customary to give a tip. Actually, when I left a tip a couple of times, you could see how grateful people were like this because it's usually a rounding error or just something to say you did a super good job. So we're in a world in America now where we're in tipflation, guilt tipping, computer-generated tipping, whatever you want to call it. By definition, a tip is really a sum of money that is given to certain service workers that perform certain services for a job well done. That's the fundamental emotional problem that we have today. It's why you, when you watch this video, are thinking, I'm so sick and tired of the computers that get spun on me, and I'm asked to give 28% tip, and you didn't even do anything. When you're at a counter and you buy some bagels, and they basically bring you the bagels, and then they ask you for a 25% tip, does it seem punitive? Does it seem too great on the very nature of everything you know about money? And on top of it, when they give you three options, it used to be 10, 15, 20%. And now in a lot of cases, it's 20, 25, 30%. I went to a golf course recently. It was 25, 35, 45%. Why does Europe have it right? Look, there's a cost of doing business. I think the fundamental issue is that a lot of people that tip today are sick and tired of organizations putting their budget on our backs. Just put it into the price. If the price needs to be 20% higher, charge 20% higher and see whether or not people come. People are sick and tired in America of being asked to round up to support the charitable cause that you want as an organization. And they're sick and tired of being asked for a 20% tip when we all know that there was nothing done to earn the 20% tip. This notion of guilt tipping or tipflation has actually tipped the boat over, and people are pissed off, including What Ted Says. So when you think about it next time, here's what I'm going to tell you. Don't feel bad if you don't leave a tip when it's not deserved. And if you do, don't feel bad for 1 second of hitting that custom tip. Yes, they're going to stare at you. They might try to look away a little bit. And if you feel like you want to leave $1, leave $1. It's your money. Ultimately, those restaurants or those coffee houses where you're taking out coffee or bagel places, they've got to figure out their own business model, and I don't think that you should be part of it. And that's this episode of What Ted Says.